created by a bunch of randos in a Discord call. So, I'm like all for long silences and all. But,
But you still felt the need to talk?
we don't have to talk, but broken shards. Feels like we've just been staring at each other silently for like weeks.
Would you like to listen to the radio?
You like the radio? Do you have a radio? Do these things come with one? I didn't even realize these GGF mortar car things even come with one. Cars? Is this a car? Does it fly? It looks really expensive. I was in one of these a couple days ago and it just flew. It also looked expensive, just like this.
I prefer Solcas. I'm a big fan of the Freedom News.
Nice leather seats and, drinks. Well, don't mind if I do. Am I rambling? Just broken shards, stop staring at me. I think the boss man said he wanted to listen to the radio. Hit the radio, driver guy.
Oh, please, anything but that garbage, will you?
Hello, let's go my SCT City bitches. Thank you for tuning into Freedom News. The best thing since black and blue rice noodles. Sponsored, by the way. The coolest thing since that one time Lauren Greenfinger hijacked the live broadcast of Holy Night Paladin Awesome. And hosted by me, the Queen of the Soulscape Civil. You know where you are, and now so do I. Let's catch up on some of the recent happenings around our wonderfully terrible city. Let's see here. Oh, hey, what do you know? The group of people pretending that the authority given to them by the mega corporations is actual power have done nothing yet again this week. That must make it like all the weeks to have ever existed in a row. What a surprise, right? The wannabe government we call the legislative branch still hasn't managed to drive down the homeless rates, soulless rates, jobless rates, or any other rate you can think of. But guess what? It's almost time for a new election. That's right. With absolutely no one liking any of downtown's mayors, one of them being a literal clone replacement no one seems to want to talk about, they have to once again slink away from their high-end and non-important groomies and beg us to vote for them. So, buckle up for a slew of promises of equal outcomes for equal opportunities, new programs for making sure everyone gets the same piece of bread and cup of noodles, and a whole list of other things to increase the cash flow they can slide into their own pockets. You know what I think about all of this? Nothing. It's boring. Who cares what the civvies are doing? Go do crime instead. Do whatever you want. Blow something up. Steal something shiny. Leave the pretending to the boring and the inept. Speaking of criminals, the legal kind are not the only ones getting things done this week. As boy has the organized crime war escalated. There's been backstabs and intrigue and new players kicking old players right in the ass. Man, I still don't know who's behind the new Rising Eastside organizations in downtown, but they sent me a snack pack, so I think they're pretty fucking awesome. But whoever they are, they haven't eased up as day by day more downtown turf is falling into their hands. Before we dive into any more detail though, let's first take a break and pretend to listen to the words from the people who give me kennies and send me free stuff.
To the many, they are the few. To the people, they are heroes, legends. But in Battleborn, they are not just people, not just a team, not just anyone. They're
time, but not our pain. You can run, but on the Soulscape, there's no place to hide. Forget all that fucking normie crap, because you know what time it is. It's pandemonium! It is back. It's another round of your favorite hacker and hotshot techie double-decker madness, with a group of all-star returning competitors. We'll need to bring every malicious program, every experimental malware, and all their homemade viruses if they don't want their limbs sawn off or hardware going soft.
Scene Prize, hosted by the Queen of the Soulscape, the deplorably adorable Sybil. And with a special guest, our three-time winner, the man, the myth, the packet tracer. Now let's see who else has a shot for the title, for the prize, for the glory.
Yeah, it's my first go around, but I'm pretty confident. I'm the best soul script around, know what I mean?
Yeah, the Dick Man fears no man, yeah. I'm gonna crush him, then I'm gonna squeeze him like Dino to a wire, yeah.
Please, you gotta let me go. I got kids, man. I'll pay whatever.
I am going to make them beg for their lives. They will look to the Elysiums and beg for the god's salvation. But then they look back to the scape. It will only be me.
Yeah, who the fuck was that last guy?
As long as I have one finger left to push a button, I'm there. Maybe I won't lose a limb this time.
And they will only get the damnation of the wires. After this battle, you will next see my opponent featured in the ingredients section of bags of lizard kibble. I will prevent their offspring.
What the?
They will run, they will cry, but I will be waiting, and I will tear their souls out of their very bodies. I will pull them apart in little shreds, and when it is done, they will be little more than ghosts in the machine.
But no, like really, is that Tech Priest? Is he even legal?
Look, man, I got my brain replaced, so I'll be fine. My odds aren't even so bad this time. I got at least a 5% chance.
Faint whispers across the emails and IMs for eons to come. Even the admin will never recognize them.
Holy shit, that is Tech Priest. I gotta get out of here.
They're gonna wish they never came across me. Dig it. Not sure if you want to see the coolest event of your lifetime? Listen directly to some of our satisfied viewers.
I couldn't take my eyes off it the whole time. Dude, that, explosion was so bright, I literally went blind. Dude, I can't see shit now, man.
Dude, it was so awesome. Oh my gods.
Hello? Is anybody there? Can I get a little help, please?
Yeah, I think it downloaded a ton of malware into my headspace because...
Orale! It was like the greatest time ever, fool. When it ended, and it was all over and shit, bro. I wanted to die, you see it?
Hey, what are you doing in my house?
No, wait, let me down.
My husband left me, but at least I still have those hunks of pandemonium.
I couldn't take my eyes off the whole time. I didn't even care that I had lost my job.
Haven Way, Bo Logan.
And Lincoln Jackson, watch Pandemonium.
The Pandemonium is not responsible for any loss of wages because you're a normie. Any harm that comes to you or your devices, including but not limited to soul crashing, losing your hearing, sight, or any other senses, melty brain syndrome, your wife and kids leaving you, your husband leaving you, your parents disowning you, your pet ninja starving and eating you, any and all malware or viruses on your devices, headaches, allergies, runny noses, urinating blood, or losing any of your important organs. The best show on SCT.
Tickets will be available the second this ad ends. Get you some of that.
And welcome back. You know who it is, and I know who you are. So let's jump right back into it. We got fresh breaking news, hot, right out of the barrel. Well, an ad break. I received reports from a very trustworthy source that the ESO have even gone so far as to attempt to take up the acting head of the Lashtour family over in the cut-side borough of the east side downtown. And with the gangs of the underground being weirdly loyal to the Lashers, I'd love to see it. While the reports are still coming in, I've yet to get any footage, but it seems to have been majorly unsuccessful. And I'm talking lost the entire group they sent out in the assassination attempt. Which, honestly, is just a slice of the chaotic fun pie that is the city, isn't it? Can't even kill a random interim Dawn due to what they're saying is the interference of a hired freelancer. As is a developing story, we're still waiting to get all the real juicy details about the existence of this mysterious outsider. but there have been rumors it's...
A Man Called Stranger. Episode 14. A Person Mistaken. The end of Act 3. Thank you for listening and sticking with us this long. Created by Out of Credits Productions and starring Prince as the Marshal, Lil Rascal Boy as Mr. Clade, Geevy as Hava, Nobi and Gigahood as voices of the city and Pandemonium, A Confused Mistake as Maribeth, Sybil, and Cupid, and the Grimbard as me, a man called Stranger.
I took the lead. Somebody's heart. Yeah, alright. We're already on our way. Alright, sure. See you then.
Is everything settled?
Of course. Resh is waiting for us. Rumors, balloons and all, I'm sure.
You seem less than happy to be here.
Oh no, honestly, this is the best day all... Oh, sorry, not talking to me.
Do you have history?
No, sir.
Something is bothering you.
Permission to speak my mind.
Of course. It is just us in here.
I just don't like working with so many people outside the family. Stranger's one. He's licensed at least. But look where the others have gotten us. Evo screwed us. Other outside hires, like the Jack, were double loading. And now this guy. What's his loyalty gonna be?
It is a fair point. But as you'll soon come to see, there are many aspects to the business. Being a family is one thing, but we are still much more. Being a syndicate means knowing how to toe all the lines and getting the best of both worlds. Times like these are exactly why we are beat, but not defeated quite yet.
I understand, but I don't have to like it.
You'll find a great many things you don't like in our line of work. The make of someone mad is how they deal with it.
What happened to you three? See, come out the weekly now.
Now chin up. We are here.
Oi, Kalapa, get this core out of here, then get some food. Something nice, they will need it.
We thank you for the hospitality. I'm sorry it's under such short notice. I will ensure you are duly compensated.
Do not worry yourself, Don Mothers. You are in safe hands now. I can see you carry a herb, we have medical aid on standby, and a old dog on call if it is needed. Please follow me and make yourselves at home.
Instead of leading us to the usual back rooms, we were led through a door. One that I was also going to pretend I didn't watch them move a large metal closet out from in front of.
Zaren, please see if you can contact any of the seniors. I want someone we can trust to escort us back.
I can have Taran support arranged if necessary, sir. It is no sweat off my brow.
It will be quite alright. Appreciated if necessary. Please make sure these two get the attention they need. I need to make a personal call.
Don't you think it's best we stay with you?
I will be quite alright. Mr. Oresh, is your panic room still there?
We even put in a little shisha. You can sit and relax. Khalifa will bring you what you need.
Excellent. Then before I go, Mr. Stranger, you can consider your contract fulfilled to the highest satisfaction. I will have the rest of your pay and the promised bonus pinged over immediately. And of course, compliments to your fixer and manager.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but the job has been anything but.
Pleasure is often not part of the business. But still, I look forward to working with you again. Do pass on my thanks to that charming cupid of yours.
Stranger, you look like a shit.
I feel worse, I'm sure.
What is wrong with you? Hold on, come here. Let us get you checked out.
I'm fine, really. Just need to sleep it off.
You should really listen to him. You look like you need another stim at least.
We can get you one immediately. We have some steams on hand. It shall do him right.
Don't give him anything high. I think he's been overdosing on Experium all week.
What, are you crazy? Where did he even get his hands on Experium?
A friend in common. He's showing weird signs of burnout.
Which Experium?
4s, probably? It's difficult to get any higher even through official channels.
Possibly. I'm lost in this conversation. What's Experium, actually?
A magical stimulant. Supposed to aid in the magical flow between Italtorian circuits and the flow of things.
Oh, shards. More terms people are throwing at me, assuming I just know.
Basically, you can use magic better, but you start suffering severe burnout if overused, which is inevitable because it's severely addicting. How many'd you get?
5, 7.
And how many have you taken?
If I say, I feel like everyone's going to get mad at me for whatever reason. It's my body. I'll do what I want to it.
Stranger, how many?
5. Or 7. I'm not really counting, and I only have like 1 left.
How the fuck have you not exploded?
Are we talking literally or figuratively?
Cupid said your abilities eats up Gnostium, but at the replenishing rate of Experium 7, you should be a fine-bloody red mist.
Oh shit, literally. Well, besides the fact I'm running on empty again, and I could actually really go for another one of those boosters, I'm fine. It'll probably just take me a couple weeks to rest off.
Do not take any more of those unless you really have to. Khalifa will bring you a 2, it will get you home, and you will need to stay there a few days.
Sure.
Stranger, really? He's serious. Anything higher is the stuff they give to people like special enforcement because they're usually either orged out or genetically mutated.
Or basically lambs being brought to slaughter.
And you're unstable in the best condition.
I've been fine until now. I'm sure it'll be okay.
No, don't risk it, Yazidi. Point is, Experium is dangerous stuff. You should be acutely aware of what people are doing for and about dangerous medical serums by now.
Alright, I'll be careful. Just give me the hit and let me go home. Fuck, I need a drink after today.
You did a good, stranger. Cupid will be happy. You are done, so you should also be happy. Get some sleep, have a drink. You deserve it. I will get you a driver. Wait here.
He's not wrong, you know. You've done more than enough, on all accounts.
Yeah, I will. Gotta give Packet a cut, Kid a cut. Cupid's gotta take a percentage. We'll see how much is actually left.
You really gotta stop a moment, smell the fresh air, and take a walk. Your head's too up in the game. Step back and get out of it.
She had a point, but it dulled against the walls of my suspicion.
I ain't kidding, stranger. You don't look good.
Maybe she's right. A break. I bade her farewell and left, but the weight on my shoulders didn't ease, not like it usually does at the end of a job. That doesn't sound too bad. Just gonna go take a break. So that's just it, huh? That's just that. Days of work. Then it's just all over. Motherfucking fuck. Come on. Oh, man. That certainly just was a very unfortunate series of events, wasn't it?
It's the stranger. You're back.
Hey, man.
I didn't think I'd see you again. Told a couple of suits the same thing, you know.
What?
A couple of suits come poking around. I told them to mind their own business, so I give them a little bit of the waka waka, you know.
Whatever.
You don't worry about it. Hey, you want the Java?
No, it's alright. I gotta go get some rest. I'll catch you later, alright?
Yeah, you stay there. Just keep your head down and watch out for bright lights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure thing, man. Sure thing.
Hey, stranger! Stranger, wait up!
I don't have time for you today. Just get out of my way.
Wait, hold on! You said you'd bring me back something nice from your next job. Well, did ya?
Oh, alright. Hold on. How are you doing today?
Well, I was out with Johnny, and we went, and he said he found a whole bunch of Kennys, but they turned out to be fake Kennys. So we beat him up and took all his stock. Then I went to school, and I had a soy waffle sandwich for lunch, but I decided to skip all my classes, and me and the boys, we went down to the riverside, and we decided to skip rocks in the sewer, but then some crazy homeless guy started hassling us. So we got some sticks, and we were gonna fight him, but he was a soul craze, and oh shit, yeah, he killed Kenny, but we managed to get away, and I came home, and now I'm talking to you.
Oh. Okay. How's your mom doing?
She's still sick. She's been in bed all week.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't have anything. Only I like my lighter.
Well...
You can't have that. No. Here, take this.
Wow, a whole Kenny? I can get, like, so much rock candy.
Alright. Scram. I'll catch you later.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Broken shards. Suddenly, I have a killer headache. Something irked me. Shouldn't it be when something's over, you walk away? No mixed thoughts. No follow-up questions. And usually, no nagging gut feeling. This was not that at all. I felt like a hypercar racer, just drifting in circles all on my own. Darns, damn it. I have nothing to eat. Rice flakes. And wake up whiskey. Gray. I poured myself another drink and tried to ignore the sounds in my office. Because honestly, what did I care? My job was done. Maribeth was found. The main man died. Finding out about some severance of the Evo Lasher partnership, to put it simply. Broken shards. Gonna have to roll. Getting shaft in the last buy was just a spark that lit the fire in... Not sure specifically what. Maybe whatever black market drug deal Evo was doing with the Lashers gone bad and covered up by the cops. In the chaos of tonight, I never really did stop to think about that. The cop angle. But neither did Mathers. I could make an educated guess, but he must have better resources than just me. Everyone seemed to. I was just another pawn in it all, and a disposable one at that. Just like Helmer. And Jawood. Oh wait, there's my lighter. Ah, missed you. I knew this was just paranoia getting to me, but my eyes flickered to the drawer. I knew it was in there still. I almost reached for it. But everything deep inside me just screamed to stop. I couldn't shake the cold chill going down my spine. What the fuck was that? I don't usually feel like that. I'm definitely no stranger to giving in to temptation. Certainly not this consciously. But that definitely wasn't that. Was I being watched? My eyes darted back to the street below me. I was just high enough to see the cars shooting down, and the people on the sidewalks, be blinded by the billboards and the never-ending ads on display. Same nightclub at one end, same line of closed stores and carts that line the streets every night. Ah, what is that? I can feel it again. Ah, here we go. I really need one more drink. My eyes moved around the room for a second, nonchalantly as I could manage. The place wasn't big. I couldn't see into the bathroom, but I could see the rest, and there wasn't a place to viably hide from me. Which narrowed down the options to magical or technological means, and that left me with a problem. Time short, I guess, so quick recap. If I'm not missing anything, aside from the majority of my memory, all this began because some upstart took out the Godfather. Mathers took control of the West Side organizations, poorly. Someone else popped up and now he's also losing control. I'm hired to solve something that should have been nothing, but while not a divorce case, has turned into a hostile takeover that has all of us, but most specifically me, nearly dying. And over what? Something that's not important to whoever hired me, ultimately, but very possibly about to get me killed, momentarily. But why? What did it do? Now that was the key question, wasn't it? I didn't want what was laid in that drawer. I didn't need it. I had this. It was such a innocent looking device. Small injection port, clear glass protection tube, all protecting some sort of bright neon yellow liquid. Everyone knows neon yellow was one of the best, almost as good as neon green. It was the last one I had from the marshal. Maybe I should ask him for more, but where was I going to draw my line? Just because I don't think it was affecting me doesn't mean it actually wasn't. Then again, who's really to say? Not me, that's for sure. But it still slipped back into my pocket, oh so easily. For now. You know, I can hear you. I'm too tired to use magic and don't really have a way to scan you. So how about you just reveal yourself and we can get this over with.
Since you asked so nicely.
Mr. Clade. The Jack. Well, rot damned. Not who I was expecting. That was another forgotten link. The sunken link.
You seem to have it all figured out, huh? Feel proud of yourself?
Yeah, kinda. You know what it's like not actually knowing what you know or why you know it, but you can't deny that you know it.
Can't say I do, but I've also been in the know the whole time.
Let me enlighten you. When you're like that and you figure something out, even when it's the tiniest little of things, it's very satisfying. People take for granted how complicated a world can be when it's all they've known. A bit much to wrap your head around sometimes.
Color me very happy for you. Now.
When he dropped the spell that was hiding him, he was still mostly invisible in the shadows of the corner. Must have just been a camouflage spell, which was all he really needed to hide from me when I was in this state. He stepped out of the corner, holding a neat little gun at me, and with a wicked little smile on his face.
You seem to be very high and mighty for someone playing everybody else just as much.
Have I?
You can play dumb, but I figured out your play. You had me going there for a while, but you helping that cop showed your hand.
Did I? Pray tell then, what have you seen?
Till the very end with charade, huh? I know who the cop is. I know how you got in with Leisure so easy. Why you right on the trail.
Yeah, I'm an excellent investigator as it turns out. Really eating your words from the Java house now, aren't you?
I'm sure that's what you want everybody to believe.
His voice wasn't the only thing growing more and more frustrated. In the light of my desk lamp, I got a better view of him. His tight suit was torn and burned in multiple places. Though it was hard to look at it long. He was white-knuckling the ivory handle of a heavy pistol a foot away from my face. His bulging arms gave off a light golden hue beneath his suit. He must be flexing them with all his might to keep in a magical rage. He looked like a decompressed bottle, just about to pop.
You might have had arrangement with the scientist and my boss, but we had a deal. 2 of them in which you're now gone back on.
So you see, now you've lost me.
Not so quick on the quips when I've got the gun, and you've got no friends to back you up.
Whoa, hold on here. I think you've got your wires crossed, Yazidi. We had a single agreement that I haven't forgotten. If anything, if I'd found the package, I would have brought it to you. You got captured, and I never really found it. It wasn't even my job anyways, that was just a side deal with you.
Liar!
Oh, man, alright, listen, you don't need... Come on, man. The second bullet grazed my shoulder. It was my augmented one and plinked away, burying itself deep into my ceiling. I winced as his eyes were beginning to grow wild and bright gold.
It's just you and me now. No more lies, no more games. I did what you asked. You promised you'd get us out. We put our careers on the line for you. Evo, the Leisure Organization, the freelancers, all of them. We burned everything down on your word.
Listen, Mr. Clay.
You let some fucking attack dog drag me in chains in Ling Sing prison. My brother is terrified. And you had the gale to go prancing around, setting this all up to take the credit yourself.
Wait. We really should talk.
What were you going to do with us, huh? Tie us up like all the other loose ends?
The rage in his face was real. I wish I had more time to piece together what he was saying, but it was hard to think with his jittering finger on the trigger.
You promised us off-planet, to Hurricane, to Lislow, or anywhere in the fucking unexplored regions. We don't care. We're dead man walking now. Are you even listening? You say something, you bastard!
The tension was more than palpable. It was cold iron and wrought confusion. I lifted my hands slowly, keeping them in view as I leaned back. Mr. Clade, Listen to me very carefully. I don't know who you think I am, and I'm 100% sure I'm not. Because I don't know who I am, and I barely understood half of what you just said. Fuck! That shot didn't miss and sank into my good shoulder. A sting of pain went down the arm, and I half slumped over, nearly falling out of my chair as I grit my teeth, trying to hold back a groan of pain. Surprisingly, though, no blood.
Oh, no. We're not playing the games anymore now. It's game over. There is no more lives for you or anyone else. I have nothing left to lose. You're going to give me what you promised, or you'll be meeting Taumet before me.
Listen, man, hold on. Just a second. My mind raced with things to say. Quips that were likely to get me killed. One-liners that were bound to get my ass beat. And a good amount of sarcastic monologues I probably wouldn't survive spewing out to stall for time. But maybe I wouldn't have to.
Don't fucking move.
I've gotta answer it.
Why?
Because, as you saw, I just came in and they're going to be waiting for me to check in.
Who is?
I don't know. I'm not reaching for my comlink, and I have no AR display either because I'm not wearing any shades.
Lie to me again, and I'll shoot you, and it'll be much worse than a small flesh wound.
I'm being very truthful. Surprisingly truthful, one could even say.
I know you have cybernetic lenses on your eyes, and that the whole glasses thing is just disguise.
I literally only found out myself this morning, or yesterday morning, or the day before. Regardless, Yazidi, you've got all of this wrong. I don't know who got over on you as well, but it definitely hasn't been me.
Don't move!
Look, even if I was who you think I am, which I'm standing by that I'm not, whoever is on the other end of that is going to burst through here in a few minutes if you don't let me answer. Do you really want to fight Kid again? In here?
Fine, answer it. Slowly. Any sudden movement, or if you say anything that sounds like God.
You'll shoot me between the eyes, I imagine.
Worse. I saw your Evo file. I know exactly where you'll hurt most.
Oh, you're gonna break my heart. Ugh. Ugh. Well, that just plain hurt.
Slowly now. On speaker.
Greetings, this is Stranger.
Hello, stranger?
Yeah, how can I help you, Cupid?
Are you alright? I'm from Russia. Had a pretty eventful evening. Where are you?
I looked back up at the Jack. His face was grimacing at me as I looked for an answer. He just gestured back down with his gun.
Stranger? You alright?
Yeah, sorry, I'm fine. I'm in the office, just finishing up some paperwork before I go home.
Oh, okay. Well, I've heard you were hurt and low on energy again or something. So I was thinking, and you know when you began feeling better last time? Was when we were all out in the open. So I was thinking, as a job well done celebration, we sneak up to this place I know on the south side.
I saw the gun wave in the corner of my eye and tilted my head. Jack was shaking his and looking quite threatening.
Stranger? Are you sure you're okay? You're awfully quiet.
I'm just tired, so, listen, I'm gonna stay in for the night.
Yeah? You sure? I even got some of that bourbon you like and some fresh smokes from Rash.
Yes, Cupid. I'm gonna catch up on some nice deep sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
If you say so. Good night.
There, Abby.
You hung out too quickly.
She was getting suspicious. She knows I wouldn't turn her down after a job like this.
So you're saying the clock is ticking, huh?
They know to leave me alone, or reverse.
Good. Now where were we?
He let his guard slip for a second, and it didn't stop me as I made to put my comlink back in my pocket. His first mistake as it slipped in. and his last as a little injector slipped out.
We're still running out of time, so are you going to cooperate? Or are we going to have to play this out?
Actually, Mr. Clade, you're wrong.
You already said that, and you're lying.
Oh, I was right about that, and you're gonna feel real fucking stupid about it. But I wouldn't worry about it too much in this moment right now, because you're wrong about something much more pertinent to our current predicament.
What shit is about to come out of your mouth now, huh? You better not be playing with any... Wait.
Mr. Clady, Jackie boy, you're already out of time, as magic will be my wise. Was tinted green and almost felt illuminated as I had not just triggered my magic, but released it into the room, like a mess of swirling green and misty air devils. My knees came up and shot out with them, kicking the desk into Jack before I flung myself over it right at him. It only stunned him for a moment, and before I knew it, his eyes glowed with a golden hue again, visible even through my green mist. My starlight rise. I saw them trail me as I went around the desk, his body too slow to keep up fully. It was like fighting with someone who was half underwater. It gave me a momentary element of surprise and advantage. But after my fifth blow, he was beginning to speed back up, or I must have been slowing down. Had enough? I tried to backpedal, but the edge of his empowered elbow caught the edge of my face. I was seeing stars, but pushed myself up, dodging a kick that might have sent me through the window. Air snapping through it with the guide of my hand, pushing him into the metal door across the room, and left a deep imprint in it, almost knocking the whole frame out of the wall. It hurt him at least, as he was smart enough to remember he had a gun. Unfortunately, how to use it.
Just sign bullshit, death, you bastard. You might have burned me, but I'll tear you and everything you fucking building down with me.
Broken shards. Fuck. You're insane, man. I don't have what you want. Fuck. I don't even know who us is. Oh, rot damn. Fuck. I gotta keep some more guns around here. He was a good shot. I looked down and touched my side. There was a tear in my ballistic weave vest. My hand came back, painted red. Tried to make myself smaller, but my desk was only going to take so many shots.
Come out and I'll make it painless, unlike what you've doomed us to. Fools until the very end.
I don't know who did what to this Stelthorian, but this grudge was going to get me fucking demolished.
Brenda, are you in that? Brenda.
Tell him not to. Now!
Why would I?
Be careful, Marshall. He's got a fucking gun.
Brenda, are you in that?
I didn't see what happened. I was smartly keeping my head down, not cowering behind my desk as the marshal would later put it. I had only my senses to guess on what happened, but it seemed pretty straightforward. Jack shot through the door. The marshal, decidedly, did not care and chose violence.
You picked the wrong fucking stranger!
Either kicking or smashing straight through my door like an animated character would. That being with extreme prejudice, the type only done by a man who doesn't have to pay for it to be repaired. Didn't look up right away as there was another shot that pinged off something metal. And then something the marshal might not tell you is that I'm pretty sure he lost his temper.
I'm gonna beat you, and then I'm gonna beat you again, and then I'm going to beat your fucking corpse!
And then... well,
you
then...
have messed with the wrong people.
Then Marshall seemingly broke just about every bone in Jack's body.
Give me that fucking leg.
Now, I'm sure you think you misheard me,
See this? Broken.
or that I'm exaggerating, but I got quite the earful.
Broken. Broken. Broken.
And it was an undetermined amount of time that passed with Jack screaming.
Oh, you're still capable of making a fucking noise.
Then a good amount longer, where it was more like a gurgle of a man whose jaw had just been shattered in ways I didn't know was possible and really didn't want to see. It was wet. Brutal.
The noises that are coming from you from now on are going to be me pulling your flesh.
When it grew quiet, all I could hear was a very slow and labored raspy breathing, and the sound of a boot impacting something that at this point just sounded like a bag of crispy potatoes. I don't know how the Jack's recovery works, but I didn't imagine he had much blood left. Half imagined, as most of it was creeping around the edge of my desk.
Talthorian trash. What a fucking mess. Stranger, you still alive?
I'm really hesitant to answer that.
Thank the shards you're still alive. I thought you were dead. Heard you scream something out, but I didn't see you when I came in. Oh. You do look like you might already be dead. How many feet in the grave are you?
2, I think.
You've only got 2. Fuck. Hold on, let me... Whoa. What did you do to your magic?
I don't know. Stuff and things.
Oh, you're getting delirious from... And your heartbeat is fluctuating madly. Hell's above, you're drained like a battery. Come on, get up. You're not far into the incinerator yet.
He hefted me up effortlessly and let me put essentially all my weight on him. My eyes were bleary, but at that moment, I wished it was worse. My office was thoroughly thrashed and trashed from my fight, and from Jack seemingly being used as a bouncy ball off of every available surface. And what wasn't a surface was made into one by force. Surprisingly, my couch was only overturned and still in one piece, just now lopsided.
Apologies. Seems I might have gotten a little carried away.
Aw, all this because you thought I was dead.
No, I did it because I fucking hate corporate spies. They're the worst kind of spies. Total bastards.
How'd find me? How'd you know I was here?
Cupid called in a state. Said there was definitely something wrong. Yeah, said...
He never talks to me like that.
She was all huffy. You know how she is.
What the fuck did you...
Look at you, you don't know anything. You're delirious.
What?
Come on, this will help. You really need some extended rest. You can't keep relying on a crutch. You know this.
I felt a soothing sensation flood my body and my eyes shot back open, and then winced back from the sharp light that shouldn't have even been in the room. Everything felt stiff, like I was wading through water, but I was able to sit back up.
Better?
Pain's fading into a more stabbing throb. Tolerable. What was that?
Stim. You're particularly good at taking them.
How do you know that?
I'm a marshal. Knowing things is my job.
That sounds like a cop-out. Pun unintended. What, have you seen my files? Talked to Dr. Flora?
You're still delirious, and more irritating than usual. Evo doctor lady. Flora, did you say her name was? She's missing and wanted for questioning. I'd very much like to speak with her as soon as possible.
How long?
Long enough that Evo has issued a warrant for her arrest.
So
it could be hours, days even. Hopefully this guy will know something when he gets up.
Is he okay? He doesn't look too good.
Oh yeah, he's fine. Did you see his regeneration technique? Almost caught me off guard. Had to pummel him into a fine bloody paste. And he's already about to get back up. Should probably get him back into custody.
Oh, let me help you.
No.
It's good. I'm fine. Don't want him getting away again.
No. It's all right. You've done your share. Get some rest and I can handle him.
I watched him walk away, dragging the bleeding body of Jack out my door. The trail of blood was getting thinner as I went down the hall. Sitting was uncomfortable, so I laid down. That wasn't any better. I threw a leg over the side, an arm over my head. Comfortable now, I reached into my pocket, pulling out the totems I had left. Now only 2. I don't know why I stuck one onto the marshal. Something irked me, and there wasn't any other way to get it to go away. I didn't need to follow it for now. It was just a backup plan, a safeguard. I don't know how much longer I laid there, but it didn't feel long. The stillness of my office was overbearing. I might not need answers right this moment, but I did need a Java. Well, fuck. Guess I could use some fresh air as well. Coincidentally. Ugh. Does Java get worse as the day wears on? I could swear it does. This tasted terrible. I wish I knew what it was I was actually hoping for. Actually, there were several things I wish I knew, particularly when I took this job. Like how everyone's actually a criminal, or at least criminally inclined. Sure, I don't care about it from a moral standpoint. Would be pretty rich of me given the situation. But it would have been nice to know whose circuit I was now wired into. Especially in the middle of this. In the middle of a power vacuum. This whole thing stunk. A setup? But how? Oh man, I gotta calm down. No gun. Just a lighter. Too many people were doing many things all too well. Someone backstabbed the Lashers. Someone backstabbed Kilmer, an evil middleman, who himself was backstabbing the 3rd member of this dam's chain. And the next on that victim list was Jawud, the drug runner, the other middleman, just for the gangs and Lasher organization. Where am I? I wonder if I can get a drink around here. And it didn't end there. The Jack was backstabbing Mathers. For Sunken Star, I thought at first. But it seems both brothers Clade might have switched sides to the criminally adjacent and not in the Mathers' favor. I still don't know what they really wanted with the damn stuff. Or why they thought I was more involved than I already obviously am. That might be something. Unusual choice to turn turncoat after. I didn't know for sure, but I assumed they'd be working with Mathers for quite the time. The problem is that I couldn't tell for the life of me who was the one benefiting from all of this. Really, there was no way it was entirely coincidence. I doubt even my own involvement at this point. But who? Why? Was it really just a specific, and not several someones, as I've gotten the vibe so far? This almost feels like a cabal of machinations, each piece moving in perfect synchronization with the others. A cascade of cards falling on the table as they're played. Someone has to be in charge, didn't they? Wolfgang, maybe. The links were there. Maybe someone was playing a long game. Maybe Mathers was playing some kind of next level game that I just couldn't comprehend. Right, but then we'll look back. Where did it start? The death of the mayor, alongside the old downtown's godfather. Meaningful in of itself, in multiple ways, several of which I'm only feeling the consequences of now. The Stewars, who were already an old and prominent family outside their criminal ways with the Lasher org, just lost their patriarch, who evidently was the bolt keeping this ship from sinking. Downtown simultaneously also lost its mayor to a fraud who was clearly making things even worse in the time he was. I still needed to figure what all of that was about. Or not. It was probably a headache in of itself, and no one was paying me for that. And now where are we today? Mathers, an honorary Lasher, is in control of the organization in the Dawn's passing. Barely, losing more every day to this unknown other new Dawn over here in the east side of downtown. This is evident. Cops are infiltrating the ranks, men are having their loyalty bought, their buys are getting hit by freelancers, and of course, recently survived assassination attempts, courtesy of yours truly. Right out in the open, though, on the new interim leader. I wonder if there's a different Dawn, or Godfather, or Kingpin, or whatever the lawless deign to call themselves to set themselves apart. Or better yet, maybe I'm looking at this too narrow. Who from the outside is involved that I might not actually even know about? Which is where I came in myself. Not only me, I guess. Simple and obvious enough in hindsight, sure. Cops planted an undercover who got caught out. But before that could progress, corporate meddling. How did Jack, Zuck and Star themselves even know about Maribeth? Through the meet at Evo. But who identified her there? Someone in the cops, someone who knew the cops was definitely involved. Both sides, probably. That ties into the rest, I suppose. Whoever is the leak at Evo and leaking this damn stuff, we know there are 3 in the chain. Well, there were 3. Now there's 1. The one from the meet. They must be the missing link. A missing link. I didn't know where my legs had taken me. Lost in thought, they autopiloted me their way. All the way to... not actually sure where I was. Somewhere further east, maybe north. Seemed like abandoned construction out here. The upkept road decreased as I walked, waning into rough slabs of metal with pairs of tire tracks going down the sides. There were shipping containers and low-level buildings up ahead. I could faintly see a glow of light behind them. I felt a light pull on the magic of the totem. It was coming from that direction, but I was in no state for any conflict. I crept over to scaffolding and carefully scaled up to it. There was a small platform I could tuck myself into, with a good line of sight overlooking. Who was that down there? That was definitely the marshal, leaning against the trunk of his car. He was smoking from his pipe with one hand and staring at a data pad with the other. He looked nearly motionless for several minutes before I saw his head jerk up. My heart skipped a beat, but he turned and looked down the way he must have came. He lingered for a few seconds as headlights came into view, and a long black town car slowly drove into the small clearing between the buildings. I figured I should invest in a pair of binoculars at some point, or better shades. Maybe lenses. Supposedly the ones that were on my eyes should have function. Blinking repeatedly, slowly, or very quickly didn't actually change anything. I'm not sure I'd be able to see very well with all the city's light pollution regardless. But I could clearly see Marshall open his trunk and pull out the bloody and limp body of Mr. Clade. The marshal dragged him to the black car and dropped him in front of it. He leaned down. The window must have been cracked, but I couldn't see it. There was too much interference for me to hear them from this far as well.
It's quite the night, isn't it?
What the? Whoa, hold it, man. I spun around expecting to see C1 or a response team behind me. Instead, I was meted by blue eyes twinkling in the dark. I pivoted on my heel and my gun came up quick. How about we broken shards?
You gotta be faster than that, my boy.
Oh, you mother... Whoa, broken my shirt!
By the heavens.
You stupid motherfucker!
Even injured, you're quite formidable. I had the drop on you and you still almost had me there.
Fucker, I'm gonna squeeze the life out of you. We locked into a tight grip. At first, I couldn't tell who it was, but this close in the dark, it was hard to miss the curling pipe smoke coming out from between the well-groomed white mustache and beard. Get off! I got your gun.
And I have yours.
God damn it. Why does everyone have a cooler gun than me? We leveled our weapons at each other, him kneeling on the sheet metal and me leaning against the rafters, acutely aware that our little scuffle had made a racket. I was first to move, ducking behind a pile of metal pipes. I saw Sean go behind some boxes, and we both peeked over, seeing the marshal look vaguely at our direction. He seemed not to notice, and when he turned away, I spun back on Sean.
I'll put down the iron. You're barely standing, and I do not like my chances of you hitting something vital by accident.
You?
Yes, my boy. It's me.
I don't have the energy. But let me ask this only once.
Well, it's
just so we're clear. If you say espionage, I'm going to shoot you.
You are very testy today. I must say it's not a look becoming of you.
It's been a long day. Weeks even. Maybe even a month. And you haven't made it any easier. So you're going to have to give me one really good reason to not just shoot you anyways.
Because no one is paying you to, and you're not even sure if you could.
I definitely could. And I'm pretty sure Mathers and the Marshal would take great interest in you.
Oh, and why would they?
Because I've been seeing you around some very notable places, notably the crime scenes.
You may have indeed,
But I'm also sure you saw a great many people that day. The city is so large, yet it is such a small world. Don't play dumb. You had something to do with the murders. Well, you're not wrong. But technically, we both had something to do with those murders, depending on your very own perspective. Yeah, but mine's pretty simple. I investigated them. Yours is that you probably killed them. Of course not. I do espionage, not wet work. I would watch your tongue for such accusations, my boy. Not everyone takes defamation so easily. So there's no denial from you that you're involved. You came to me with the information to be decrypted to a degree. It was you who involved me. Well, ain't that just a heap of crock shit? And why is that? Look, man, guy, Sean, I might be missing some memory and not really fully aware of what's going on, but you're clearly involved in other ways. I very well could be. Or it might be you. Too hypocritical. No, too much of a naive fool, unable to face responsibility for their own actions in the matter. I don't have responsibility in the matter. I was just on a job. So you did not sway the course whatsoever. You are merely a bystander in all of this. And what do you expect me to take responsibility for? Stopping random ganger attacks? Shedding light on a cover-up, which barely might have been to someone involved in it, but hindsight is so much better than foresight now, isn't it? You're quick to jump to a joke and shed your blame so easily. But it was you who handed the jack to Ensign the first time, and here we are again. My eyes narrowed at him, and the tip of my gun barrel rose back up. Not that I would ever tell. All your work has made mine that much easier. I never would have guessed it would be you to bring me such delicious data on a silver platter. Why, it was worth so much, I'll pay for shop renovations a few times over. So you do know who did the assassinations then? Verily. Then what is exactly stopping me from shooting you right here, and then handing you over to the marshal down there? Because you're in the middle of finding out he might not be as trustworthy as you think, and you're not sure if he's also playing you for the fool that you are. Oh yeah? You sure that's what I'm thinking? Yes, very much so. I stared at him hard for a moment before my gun slowly lowered and a sigh escaped me. He wasn't wrong. I glanced back down. The marshal was still hunched over the car. The conversation seemed to be growing heated, as waving arms and jerky movements were a lot to judge by. It didn't go on much longer before he took a step back, arms crossed over his chest as he nudged Clade with his boot. You shouldn't take it so hard. There are things at play you are yet to understand. I think I understand pretty well from right here. I could see two people getting out of the black car. I had no chance in identifying them at this distance, but they were certainly dressed as some sort of private security. Corporate, I'd imagine. They didn't appear to be ensign, nor could I see any identifying insignia in the short moments it took for them to pop open the trunk and dump Mr. Clade into it. One of them got right back in, but the other walked over to the marshal and offered an outstretched hand. To my surprise, the marshal smacked it away. turning heel and stomping back to his car.
Nothing is ever as simple as it seems. You being here is evidence of that alone.
Really? Because I think being dirty is rather simple.
Is that what you think you're seeing? You still have a lot of the city and the way of the corporations to learn if you think it's that cut and dry. No one's words are what they seem at face value. No one's actions come without ulterior motives.
And let me guess, your words are the trustworthy ones.
Stranger, nothing in this city is trustworthy. Not me, not him, and most certainly not even you.
Well, thanks for the enlightening reassurances, but I'm tired and half dead. So unless we're about to fight this out, they're gone. I'm going home.
I'm not about to stop you. I'm sure you have things to do, mysteries to investigate, murderers to work out.
Actually, no, I don't think I do. I think I'm done.
I very much doubt that, stranger. I don't think the city is through with you yet.
I turned away, not deigning him an answer as I tried to make my way back down. As I spun on the ladder and started climbing, I could see his eyes twinkle in the dark. Well, when I got to the bottom and looked back up, he was gone. Well, that was that then. I really do wash my hands of it. My jobs are done. I'm to get paid. Whatever else was to happen was not my concern. Everyone was right. I was too much in my own, very injured head.
Hiya, stranger. Long time no see. Was beginning to worry you died, or gods forbid, found a better Java shop.
Still looking, but no Java or death for me yet.
That'd be a shame. You're probably 15% of our Java sales. We didn't hit our target all month.
Sorry, been keeping busy, I guess. Let me assure you, this is still the best Java in downtown. Trust me, I've been looking for better, but I always keep on coming back here.
Flatterer, how are we tonight? Working hard or hardly working?
Not really sure what I've been doing up until now, but as of right now, I'm hardly working.
That's great. I've heard you've been running ragged. What can I get you tonight? Spicy or smooth?
You know what? I just got paid. I'll have something fancy tonight. Let's see. Let me get a triple spice imported Java base. With the whiskey-infused soup milk. 6 squirts vanilla additive.
Yeah, sure?
Yeah, of course. 4 is too little and 8 is too many.
I got it.
4 scoops of sweet flavoring. Powder, not tincture.
Of course.
And top it off with some of that energy cream. Oh, and just a dash of those sparkly things.
Okay. Here you go. A drink befitting of a teenage gal.
Now that's some good stuff. And since I'm shilling out some Kennies, how about a snack platter for the table?
Is there anybody else with you? Those usually feed up to 6.
Hey, no need for the judgment now. I don't think I've eaten properly in, days.
Alright, if you say so. Anything else?
Nah, that's it for me. I'm really looking forward to just going over there, sitting quietly, and not having to think for a little while.
Hey, sometimes the best medicine is just being alone with your thoughts, you know?
Well, under normal circumstance, as a detective. That's usually where I get my best work done. But as of the exact moment you hand over that delicious-looking platter to me, I'm officially on break. Honestly, if I had realized that all of this independent investigator work was going to get my ass kicked so damn much, I might have just gotten a corporate job.
Really? Job was that rough, huh? I never pegged you as the type.
Well, things can change. Lessons can be learned.
Ha! You'd think that.
I sure hope so. A lot of other people hopefully think that as well.
You know, sometimes I wonder about you.
What a coincidence. I wonder about me a lot too.
You've got a good mask on, but I wonder if you're really a detective and not just another piece of the puzzle to be solved.
Gods, I hope not. But mine scare me enough. Thanks again. I'll tip on my way out. They say every case has a clean ending. But they also say a lot of things that just ain't true. Because it's been another month, maybe, in SCT City. And the game's only gotten dirtier. I've dodged bullets, fists, energy beams, stumbled over bodies alive and dead, peeled back layer after layer of grime, only to find the rot goes deeper than I thought. Case is closed though. Bodies found. Reasons discovered. Loose ends tied up and thrown into the back of sketchy town cars. I think they call this justice served on a silver platter. What a fucking fantasy I'm living in. In reality, I'm here with a cheap cup of coffee, spiked with cheap whiskey, and just discovering how deep this pit really goes. And not that I want to, but there's two factions ready to tear the East Boroughs apart. The cops I thought I could trust might just be as crooked as me, much less the criminals they're supposed to be chasing. And, to top it all off, at least one corporation is pulling strings like a damn puppet master. And where's that left me? I've been dodging bullets all month. Some meant for me, and some, well, wrong place, wrong time, I guess. But it makes an investigator wonder just how much of it all is coincidence. How much is someone upstairs getting a little too comfortable with their power and using it to influence others, notably me. I could walk away, cut my losses, find a quiet corner to call it quits, try to live a gentle life as a gentle man. But I'm not sure that's me. I don't need answers. It's not my job to fix this city. Hell, nothing is my job right now. But in a city like this, sometimes the only difference between you and the monster is the shadows you hide in. And I'm not the villain. But I sure as hells don't have it in me to be the hero either. Because in the end, what if there is no way out? Just blood, whiskey, and smoke. Maybe that's how I liked it. Maybe that's how I like it now. Who's to say? That's the thing about loose ends. You pull on one, and you find out it's tied to 1,000 others. And SCT's like that. And I think, so am I. Thank you for listening to A Man Called Stranger. Episode 14, A Person Mistaken. The end of Act 3. Be sure to like and comment wherever you may have listened. You can follow us on Twitter at Freedoom News, or join us in the Discord for hanging out with the cast and behind-the-scene updates. And a thank you to our cast, Rense as the Marshal, Little Rascal Boy as Mr. Clade, Gigahood as voice of the city, A Confused Mistake as Cupid, and the Grimbard as me, Stranger. Thank you again for listening, and we'll be back soon with the last, or 5 episodes of Season 1, Black Collar. In the meantime, there should be at least one mini episode around to hold you over, and there's definitely more on the way that we're sure you'll enjoy. So until then, remember, it's alright.